Friend seeking a diagnosis, told that he couldn't be ADHD because he had friends and a wife. This rant's going to be long, because fuck me, that's stupid. If a professional ever says this to you, run. They have no idea what they're talking about. ADHD is hugely misunderstood, even among professionals. Because a lot of the real research is kind of only 20 years old. I mean, up until only a few decades ago, it was commonly accepted among professionals that women couldn't even have ADHD. But the whole woman issue aside, there's a lot of professionals out there that still believe that you can't have ADHD and be a happy, healthy, successful human being. Yes, the next few minutes are going to be entirely anecdotal about me, but don't you believe for a second that I'm the only one with this story. Also, I'm pretty middle of the range as far as stories I know. So I'm married. I have a son. I have a master's degree and a dip ed. I have a diploma of IT, which I got all high distinctions in, except this one subject. 2% off. 2%! I also won the scholarship to do that IT course. I have a black belt in Hapkido. I have amazing friends at Hapkido. I have some amazing friends down at the park where I take my dog for a walk every morning. I have some great friends at work. Speaking of work, got a great job as a coder. If you want to go further back in time to school, in primary I was put in these extra little classes that would give me these little puzzle sheets to do when I finished my work in the normal class, because I would do my work too quickly for the teacher to keep up with me. When I started high school, my maths teacher gave me a textbook that was 2 years ahead of me, because I would finish my work too quickly and they couldn't keep up with me. In high school computers, I wrote to the guy that wrote the textbook because one of his definitions was wrong and got the textbook amended. Not even the teacher noticed that one. I represented the school in pretty much every sporting event they had to offer. I represented state for swimming and athletics. I was in scouts and awarded the highest award they had at the time, the Green Cord. I could go on. Am I just trying to impress you with how awesome I am? Maybe kind of, but that's not the point. I was on assessed for ADHD until my mid-20s. Like most women, it was after my son was diagnosed. And I was like, hey, he gets all this from me. I talked to the doctor and said, I might be slightly there too. After being assessed, he said, there is nothing slight about it. You are off the chart in nearly every single category. Having ADHD does not always mean you are a shitty student. It does not always mean you don't have friends. It does not always mean you are doomed to a life of misery. Many of us are really bright. Many of us are perfectly capable of making friends. Many of us are perfectly capable of keeping great jobs. Many of us are perfectly capable of achieving amazing things. Now, am I saying any of the above wasn't hard? No, no. I definitely cried more than once through most of those accomplishments. Hell, ask my Hapkido instructor. I cried at the end of the freaking black belt grading. Because it was finally done. And it was really hard. But I did it. I get for many it can be a disability. ADHD is a spectrum. And I don't mean you have a little bit of ADHD or a lot of ADHD. I'm talking each individual symptom is a spectrum. Do not let people dismiss the fact that you have ADHD just because you are amazing. That is such crap. Now, as I said at the start, I am not the only one with stories like this. Not even close. For some, you might look at me and go, wow, you have done so much cool stuff. I wish I could do that. And others could be looking down at me, back at me, going, you go, little buddy. It's great, all the things you've accomplished so far. And you could be way ahead of me. The point is we're all cheering each other on. We're all teaching each other, hey, this is the way that works for me. And it might just work for you too, because we're similar. Dare to believe you're awesome. Dare to believe you can do it. Dare to believe in yourself. Because as I've said before, we exist.